I'm admitting everybody here. Okay. Hey, oh gosh. I'm going to wait here for a few minutes, you guys, and then I'm going to let you guys talk to each other while I go bring in a bunch of Chewy boxes off the front porch where it's pouring down rain.
Uh-oh.
Man, Becky, it looks like it's gorgeous there.
It is beautiful.
Finally, huh?
And it's, I've got the windows open. It was 53 when we got up this morning, and I think it's about 80 now.
Wow.
Okay.
Love
Wow.
it.
Very nice. Yeah.
So now, Dave, your weather's probably similar, isn't it?
It's 80 degrees and sunny.
Yeah.
Awesome, yeah.
Okay, now let's see what's going on here.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's 68. It feels like 80.
Still very good, yeah.
Yes.
Good. That's great. That's great. We may have very few people on today, you guys. All of the girls are in Florida.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hoke, I think Jimmy Hoke is in the process of moving out to switching from Washington State to Maui, to Hawaii. Who else? Somebody else. I forget. But I did get some sad news. Donna Fitzharris, Donna Black.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Oh, there's Jim Hoke and Sandy Armacost. Yeah, so I've got some updates for everybody. So Kelly has had Parkinson's for years. And so she sent me a message. I sent out that reminder yesterday, and she emailed me back and said that Kelly passed away the last part of October.
Wow. Yeah.
Just a few days ago.
Kelly, I'm sorry, Kelly.
Kelly Fitzharris, Donna Black's husband.
Yes, okay. Oh, sorry.
There's Vicky. Hello, Jimmy. I thought you were on your way to Hawaii.
I wish. Yeah, we got too much. Well, we got a big snowstorm coming in tonight. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay. So anyway, let's see. And then Sandy, if you would please, since I know everything, if you could spend a few minutes, you and Vicky, tell them what happened to Wayne while I go outside. It's raining over here, and I've got 3 Chewy boxes on our front porch that I got to bring into the garage.
Oh.
Okay.
It's not, we've only had a few drops of rain here, haven't we?
But
Yeah.
lots of wind
The wind is,
everywhere.
yeah, the wind is not good. But anyway,
we got 45 mile per hour gusts.
yeah,
Wow.
we do, but we need the rain. Anyway, Dwayne was riding his e-bike, his new e-bike that he loves so much, but he was riding it alone. I did not know he was riding it. I was another place, and he was riding it in St. Andrew's Cemetery,
Wow.
and he overcorrected some way. Nobody there at all, and went over the handlebars, and he hit his head. He had a helmet on, thank goodness. He hit his stomach area, he has bruises all over, and he hit his right shoulder. And he has a shoulder separation, which is actually pretty good for what happened. And then he had to crawl out of that cemetery and try to flag cars down. Some wouldn't stop because he looked so weird. He was kind of had
Well, there ain't a whole lot of traffic down there anyway, is there, Sandy?
Well, no, I don't think so. But finally,
Well,
a car.
Didn't you
What-
say
what-
he couldn't find his phone because it fell underneath him?
Right, his phone fell underneath him. He needs one. He needs a watch. I think he's going to get one because
My kids just got me one. They figured I needed it.
well, we probably all do. Because if you take a fall and I don't always carry my phone with me. And if it flips out or gets under you, or it could have gotten away where he could not have found it. So anyway, we took him to the emergency room, and my daughter, they actually got in touch with my daughter because I was gardening. It was so beautiful that day. And anyway, so he's doing well now. He's doing well. It's going to take about, I think, 6 weeks for him to heal.
Oh,
And it's his right arm, of course. And then I have surgery on a week from Monday in Indianapolis. So I had to kind of switch my pre-operation, whatever they do,
Yeah.
all that with the blood tests and so forth. So it was downtown Indianapolis on Friday, and I drove. Now
Crazy.
I know where, IUPUI is and everything, because I went there a long time to get my supervision and administration license. So I knew where it was, and I knew where the hospital was, but everything has changed down there.
Yeah.
So I had to take Rural Street, and anyway,
And
I
there's a
found my
few
way.
construction areas down there too, aren't you, Sandy?
Oh, yeah, that's putting it mildly. Yeah,
Yeah, my daughter works downtown Indy. She said, Dad, it's a zoo over here now.
it is. It really is. At least I recognized the streets, so I kind of knew, but they redirected me and all that. So anyway, I got my tests done, and then I have my surgery scheduled for the 14th. And I'm going to keep that. Now, I don't know. I think maybe my daughter is going to take me. I have to stay a night.
Bob Van Pelt, you're the one that found out about Dwayne first. I don't know how you find out so many
I
things
don't.
in there
Found out about what now?
about Dwayne first. You're the one we heard it all from first.
Yeah. Well, a couple things that happened today. A friend of mine went out to see Ronnie Doan, and I guess Ronnie's dementia's really getting bad.
hmm,
But hey, you guys know Jimmy Soper?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I
yeah.
know the name, but I
Well, Jimmy passed away yesterday, Tom.
don't know.
He was down at the Leland in the hospital, in the senior citizen area down there in the medical area.
Okay.
And I got word yesterday that Jimmy had passed away, maybe yesterday afternoon or the day before. Heavy smoker. I think probably in his day, he was maybe a heavy pot smoker too. But Jimmy was a talented writer. He wrote some really nice stuff under the ghost name of Thomas Code, C-O-D-E.
Huh.
And he submitted it on Facebook, a lot of it. And I think he did some stuff with Reddit, maybe. Is that the other writing place?
I don't know.
Is that right, Jim?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, anyway, one of those places where readers submit stuff. And he wrote some stuff that probably Tommy was a musical lyric. I mean, had good rhythm to it, good rhyme stuff and all of that. And then he, he'd been there now, the hospital, I think the last maybe couple months is what we thought. So he is gone as of yesterday. No obituary, by the way, just nothing there.
No.
Oh, I just hate to hear that. So many of our people that we know and our classmates and so forth, it's
Yes,
Hard to
we're
believe.
just that age.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. You have to remind yourself of that every now and then, Ricky, to be honest.
So Sandy, I thought that doesn't Dwayne have a recumbent trike?
He did, but he sold that and I thought he was going to get another recumbent, which I felt pretty good about because it's low to the ground.
Yeah,
And had he been riding that bicycle, he would have been fine.
yeah.
But no, he traded.
You got a two-wheeler
This
then,
is
huh?
I think this is his second e-bike, which he loves, by the way. But
Yeah, but you're gonna go over the handlebars in a two-wheeler,
right,
not in a recumbent.
no, not in a
And,
recumbent.
Guys, I just looked up Jimmy Soper, and Jimmy Soper grew up down around my neighborhood. That's how I knew Jimmy.
There was, yeah.
But I looked him up because I was pretty sure he was more my brother Steve's age, and I was right. So he
Yeah.
would have been the class of 65.
There you go. Yeah.
So
Oh,
I looked him up
65.
in our pie area. He's back there with the sophomores. So,
Okay, that's my brother's class, 65.
yeah, yeah.
There
And
you
then of
go.
course, Kelly Fitzharris was a year ahead of us.
Right.
62, right? Yeah,
Yeah, he was class
Yeah.
of 62.
In Dwayne's class. I'll have to tell Dwayne.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ronnie Doan has Alzheimer's.
Yeah, Gary Wiggins, I don't know if you guys remember Gary or not, but he's done some work with our class and stuff. Gary talked to Ronnie's cousin or stepbrother yesterday.
I think Ronnie's living with his stepbrother.
Yeah, and God, I don't remember his name. I can look it up real quick, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, he said, Gary, he will not recognize you and, maybe not remember anything. And Gary said all that was true. So
Hmm.
still
Wow.
living out in West Main, Vicky, is that where he's at?
Well, that's where he lived, but I don't know where his stepbrother Terry lives, but he's living
Yeah.
with Terry.
There you go. Yeah.
Terry? Okay,
I think Terry, I don't know the last name.
okay.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
that's, I've never been able, I've tried and tried and tried to find Ronnie and get in touch with him, but I've never been successful. Never was successful. That's too bad.
Somebody may know more about this than I do, Tom, but when his wife passed away, Ronnie became pretty reclusive as far as I understand. And I remember that going back to Roger Miller when Roger was still alive. That
Okay.
Ronnie just kind of withdrawn from everything. Is that true, Vicky, or is that what you've heard?
Yes, it is. And I tried to help him. He said he was just so lonely and had nothing to do. Well, he lived very close to where the Help the Animal Shelter is. He loves dogs.
Yeah.
So I tried to talk him into going down there. They always need dog walkers and things, but I don't think he ever really followed through.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ronnie Doan was one of our more unique class members.
Yes, he was. He
Well,
actually,
Ronnie was in a couple classes, wasn't he, Jimmy? If I remember right.
Yeah, 2 or 3 or 4.
Yeah, 60, 62 and 63 for sure, I think.
don't you remember when he walked across the stage to get us
Yes,
everyone's class?
everybody
Yeah,
cheered.
everybody cheered for him because he finally got out there, Vicky. That's right.
I think I told you the story. I went to pick up my dogs one time after being boarded, and I was driving down West Main Street, and it started to rain. And I looked over to the left, and there was some guy with white hair and baggy pants trying to get mowing done. I thought, oh gosh, that guy will never get it in before it rains. And I started looking and realized it was Ronnie. So I backed up the car and talked to him for a while, but I just hadn't seen him for a while.
Yeah.
How long ago was that, Vicky?
It was a couple years ago.
Okay.
I had no idea where I lived, and I just kept thinking, oh, there's an older guy out there mowing his grass, white hair and baggy pants, and it was Ronnie.
Yeah.
So now I want to switch to Harvey for a minute. Harvey,
Let
tell
me
us,
see.
Hey, Harvey, how you doing?
you just
Harvey.
got you just got a haircut, right?
Well, there's not a whole lot left, but
I'm with you, Harvey. Yeah, comes
Yeah,
out
it
every
looks-
day.
It looks a lot shorter than the last time we saw you, so it has to be a
I've
haircut.
been, but that's been 2 weeks.
Okay.
My husband was bald, and both of my kids always said if they ever started going bald, they were just going to shave their head, and they both have shaved heads.
No kidding.
Mm.
I don't know if I'd do that. I think I'd go get a hair transplant or something. I've got
Hey,
a
Harvey,
good,
did you
You've
go
got
see
plenty
Jim
of hair.
Irsay last night out in San Francisco?
No, I didn't realize he was there, but we just
Oh,
came
God, I
back.
should have seen.
Yeah. We just came back. We had a week kind of back with the company I'm still affiliated with. Part-time,
yeah.
but I did a meeting in Michigan, and then my wife Rosie met me in New York City. So we spent the last week in New York.
Oh, great. That
So
had to be
been
more
gone for
fun.
2 weeks and came back last night.
so well, tell us about New York City. How is it? What'd you guys do?
It was incredibly warm. I mean, it was beautiful. It's 65, and I think yesterday might have been 70 degrees. So
Yeah.
really special. So
Nice
I don't
stuff.
know. I love walking around there. I like the hustle and bustle. We have a friend who's kind of a neighbor of ours, and she bought a place there. So she spends 6 months, and basically 3 months here, and then goes there for 3 months. comes back for 3 months and goes there for 3 months. So we stayed with her first time,
That's
and
right, yeah.
it was really nice, I guess, having that place. And then saw one play, went to a few museums, did a lot of dining. Just saw some friends that maybe 3 different sets of friends that take up a day. So it was just nice being there for a week. I like
That's
it.
So-
awesome, man.
So what play did you see?
Something called Six, which is kind of a musical, light little thing about the 6 wives of Henry VIII, I guess it is, and
Oh.
kind of a rock thing. And, it was nice. It was kind of a fun thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you go to any real special places to eat?
I always do my research on that because I like doing that. And so I kind of look up on places that are somewhat hot. And one fancy place, La Grenadine, which is kind of a seafood thing that is kind of special place. So we did that. And then the others were just places that, if you look at, there's a website, Eater. There's usually Eater SF for San Francisco, Eater New York. They'll give you stuff that's somewhat new or highly rated. And then something called Time Out New York always talks about restaurants. So I picked a few, and most of them pretty good. So anything from something called the Jeju, Jeju Noodle Bar, which is Korean, that was really good, to the fancy place. So we did a little bit of each.
Okay.
Yeah, good
Cool.
week.
Mhm.
So if any of you, maybe Harvey, you've heard of this, Only Murders in the Building?
Yeah, I've watched a little bit of that.
Have you watched a
Yeah.
little bit of that?
Yeah, Steve Martin and Martin Short. I mean, those guys are great. So
Yeah,
that
But
takes place
it's
it's a New York apartment
in
building.
New York City, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's it called, Jim?
Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
Only
What is that on? Is
Only
that,
murders in the building.
Huh?
what is that on? Is that on Netflix or what
It's
is
on
that?
Hulu.
Okay.
I don't think we get Hulu for some reason. I think that's maybe the
I
only
could
one we don't.
I could
It's-
get it,
it's
but I
fun.
don't get it. I didn't get it.
We didn't
Yeah,
get
if I
that.
got on every one of these streaming things, I'd probably go broke.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
we usually get hooked on one series.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
no.
you forget to cancel the darn network.
Yeah, right.
So you keep
Or your
paying
30-day
10 bucks.
trial runs into a payment, right? Art?
Yeah.
Done that a
Six
couple
months
I only
times.
later,
pay
you
for a
finally do
month.
it.
Yeah. I got trapped in that 30-day thing a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bob, which game are you watching there? I know you're monitoring one of the games.
I have Texas Tech and Texas A&M, or I'm sorry, Florida and Texas A&M, and Florida's ahead 34-24, Tommy.
Oh, okay.
Purdue's
ma-
playing badly. They're getting beat by a bunch. And I think Minnesota, Ohio State,
Ohio
Northwestern.
State's playing Northwestern at Northwestern.
Northwestern was within 7 in the third
Yeah.
quarter, 14-7,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah, it's in the fourth quarter now. They were 14-7 down. It was a good game.
Wow.
Wind and rain and kind of cold day in Chicago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're, some friends of mine are in the IU parking lot waiting on Penn State, Harvey, and they said it was 35 miles an hour down there going crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, north to south, right down the stadium chute. Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Mm. Oh,
Well, Notre Dame plays Clemson tonight.
Right, yeah.
It's supposed to be rain,
And
wind.
then Georgia, Tennessee's a
Cold,
big one,
maybe.
right? That's tonight too, isn't it?
Wait, Georgia, Tennessee is tonight?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Tom, it's 7, isn't it? Or is that this afternoon?
Oh,
I'm
man.
not sure what time that game is. That's the big game, though. I think
Yeah,
it's probably 5 o'clock or something.
and
My
I think
time.
Tennessee will probably beat them. One man's
Oh, boy.
opinion.
Here comes Kinder.
great.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see if Tom and Betsy get on here.
I wonder where they are now.
I know. Let's-
Yeah, they're
I think
maybe
they're,
back in, maybe
Yeah,
back
they're
in
traveling.
Germany
Yes.
though, are they? They're not in
In
Germany
search of a
yet.
home.
I don't think they go to Germany until December.
Yeah,
December.
TK.
TK, he can't hear us. We can't hear him. He looks so
Okay.
serious.
He'll
I've
get it
never
in a
seen
minute.
him that serious.
He's just,
Yeah, it's serious.
They're getting a second, yeah.
TK,
There he is.
can you hear us?
oh,
Hello.
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 Tom.
All of us want to know where you are.
We don't know ourselves, Tom. No,
Hey, sweetie.
the home homeless vagabonds. We're actually in Estero, Florida, just south of Fort Myers.
You're kidding.
Great place,
What are you
Tom.
doing?
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Beautiful spot there.
So
We've
is
got-
there much damage where you are?
we didn't see much on I-75 on the way down, just some trees that had suffered damage or blown over totally. But we got off the interstate and John Mosley, friend and
Sure.
teammate at Earlham,
Sure.
he and
Yeah.
Kathy live here when it's cold in Evansville. And so they're not here right now. We just broke in and so far no alarms have gone off. But yeah, we're here going to visit them for a few days. Then they're going somewhere else and they said we could stay here for a while. So
Awesome.
That's
Tom.
nice.
Hey, that worked out.
Yes.
sorry we missed the last one. I don't remember. I guess we were on the road. But so how's
Well,
everybody?
tell us how and I apologize. I think you wanted to ask me in one of your emails that you were coming through again to go to the reunion and said, hey, we can stop and stay. And I don't think I ever responded. I had too much there. I wondered what happened to Becky. Fell off the face of the earth here for a minute. Anyway, I apologize for not getting back to you. We did finally lose our big boy cat. Blondie finally
Oh.
passed away.
Oh,
Sorry.
That was a year. Yeah, that was a week ago. But anyway, tell us, so how was the reunion at Earl?
It was, I think they had pretty nice weather there in Richmond. It was
Yeah,
the
we bet.
middle of October, the 13th, 14th, 15th, something like that. And we had the main gathering out at Cope Environmental Center, which was really nice. I don't think that probably would be the place for your,
No,
Yeah.
we decided against that, especially they've got a new director and she wasn't giving me callbacks or anything. So we've already something else.
no, I mean, when I thought at the time, it was really nice. And
But
being-
isn't that a neat place? I love to go out
Yeah.
there.
But it wouldn't have been big enough and for all the things that you want to do anyway, so.
Yeah.
But no, it worked really well for our reunion and, you know, a class had gathered all kinds of memorabilia from 1967, 68, et cetera, et cetera.
Wow.
So,
Good stuff.
People made notes and had them, I don't know if they were published in local Broome College newsletter or paper, but it was stuff that we'd long forgotten. I don't
yeah,
know.
you know, you don't remember that.
That's awesome. Yeah.
They had a brief section there about sports. I did see my mug. And I did look younger then.
Oh, didn't we all?
Yeah, but there were three different going on, three different reunions. The 70 class, that was mine, and the 71 of Betsy 1 year later, and then 72 was having theirs on schedule. So there were a lot of
Wow.
people.
All at the same place?
No, the
Oh.
classes in different places, but they had the quote 50th reunion at the same place because they
Sure.
couldn't do it the last 2 years. Now, when we did go into the college store, depending on what's your number of years since graduating, you got that percentage off anything you wanted to buy. So that
Whoa!
Oh, that's nice.
that was worth having a 50.
Mhm.
I think Betsy found a little onesie for the baby that's supposed to be born on December 20th.
Oh, cool. Good for you guys.
Wow.
Unnamed girl. So that's all we know. Other than Hannah's doing okay. Hasn't really had any problems. So
Good.
we're rookies at this. You guys may have some experience. And so
So
Well, that's always good news, Tom. When there's no problems with the mom, that's always good news. I'll tell you that right away.
great.
So first of all, did you see a lot of folks that you remember who were in your classes when you graduated? Did you get
Yeah, well,
to?
These are small classes at Earlham College graduate. By the time we graduated, there were maybe a couple hundred people graduating. So we're not talking about big classes. So the people who show up at these things, yeah, we know them.
Okay, well, that's great.
Tommy, are you and John Mosley in the same class?
No, he's a 69.
I got you.
Yeah, Right. I could have graduated in 69, but they said you should stay a while because you're having fun and you might,
Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all, Tom.
and didn't run out of eligibility until 70. So
That's
for my
awesome.
I leave. I'm come on, man.
I've said this 1,000 times, Tom. I may have said it to you. I wish I'd have never left Bloomington. I had such a good time there. I should have spent my life there. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I had a reserve seat at Nick's, so that was cool too.
yeah. What about, let's see, wasn't it the old regulator? Was the reg there at the
Oh, yeah.
time? Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured you would have had a reserve seat there.
Is that a bar?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Tom, there's a great story about Richmond, Indiana. All roads lead to Richmond.
I didn't know that.
A guy named Dick Barnes, who was ahead of us in school, was a Indianapolis Star carrier.
Hmm.
As a high school kid, he had the biggest route. He had the whole northeast side of Richmond, which is where everybody lived back then. He went to Bloomington and stayed with the Indianapolis Star and got a big Star route. Some of it was rural, but some of it was in town where all the apartments and stuff were in Bloomington.
Okay.
Dick had his eye on a little place on Kirkwood Avenue called the Pizza Inn,
Oh, yeah, okay.
or Village Pizza, whatever it was, right next to Nick's, little white building there.
I remember it.
And there was an older fella, either Italian or maybe Italian Greek, that owned the place. And Mr. whatever his name was said to Dick Barnes, who worked hard and carried newspapers and did all kinds of stuff around the area, I'm getting ready to get out of here. Would you like to buy this place? And he said, yes, sir, I'd love to. And he said, well, we'll figure out a contract that you can do it and figure out how to pay for it. Nick Giannopoulos, or whatever his last name was right next door, next bar. So he and Dick became friends. And there was a guy in music school. There were several people in music school that were really famous musicians, but a guy in Richmond, Indiana, guy again named John Hedges, a musician
He used
and
to play
a
at,
state,
he's one of them that played at Denny's, if any of you
yeah,
remember.
and was Carol Lou Trio.
Hmm.
And Carol Lou and he were married at one time. But
Mhm.
John Hedges and Dick Barnes were great friends from Richmond High School. John was in the music school down there with, oh God, I can't remember all the names, but anyway, they wind up being buddies and they get this thing put together. And Dick said, John, you don't want to be in the bar business because that'll conflict with your music career. So I'll do the bar. And he wound up doing the bar. And at one time, Tom, it was the #1 bar in the nation. Playboy magazine rated bars in the country. And Nick's was #1 or #2 for however long that rating system went on. And it was owned by Dick Barnes, and his son may still have it, I'm not sure.
I'll be Tom.
But they've added on, expanded, and you know, it's almost a whole block now.
Well, when we used to do recruiting down at IU, we'd
Yeah.
always get there the night before that
Oh.
they were going to be recruiting on campus and doing all the interviews. And we would always have a big party at Nick's, way up the top part, you know, in the top floor. Nick's.
Yeah.
How many of you have been to Nick's? I'm telling you, man, Nick's is the best.
Well, the great sandwich at Nick's, Tom, was a Stromboli.
The Stromboli
duplicate
sandwich. Oh,
that.
yeah.
You can't duplicate that anywhere in the world. There's a lot of imitators, but no duplicators of that sandwich.
Yeah.
And I had one several years ago when I was down there for an awards dinner or something, and it was the same as it was when I was in college.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
But one more quick side story, the pool hall where I played pool was upstairs
Yeah.
above Nick's at a place called the Pocket Pool Room or Pocket Billiard Lounge. And that's where I met my first business partner, Craig Long, ran the pool room where I played pool. And And
Okay.
Dick and his crew had seats for us right at the end of the barn.
All right. Okay.
Craig
Oh.
bombed out of law school, so he wound up running the pool room.
Okay. Now back to TK Betsy. When is the baby due again?
December 20,
Uh,
and we go over there on December 6th. And we now actually have an apartment that we've rented, so we actually even have a place to live. So that's a step in the right direction.
Yes, that's good.
Have
Now, Betsy, you were
any-
gonna stay a little longer. Is that term still gotta work out once you get over there?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, still have to work it
Okay,
out, but this apartment for, well, we had to rent it a month early. I mean, somebody going over there right now could stay in our apartment. We had to rent it,
Yeah.
November. to get it, so.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Daggone. Now, where is it? Where'd you say this is again? This is Munich?
And
Yeah.
Okay, Jane Ann, let's go to Munich next week. We'll stay in their place. Well, I'll tell you what, you guys, I don't know if of course, you've already gotten your tickets, air tickets, right?
a long time ago.
Yeah, because I'm telling you what, they are sky high now. They are through the roof.
Hmm.
It's terrible. Everywhere.
Yeah.
There's Jane
Hawaii
Ann.
wasn't that bad.
Hey, Jane Ann, how you
And
doing?
this is the birthday weekend for her sister and Jane Ann and her sister's husband. So they're supposed to be showing up here in about an hour. So Jane Ann's been running around getting everything ready. Jane Ann's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh,
Happy
Well,
birthday.
Jane Ann.
Happy
Hey,
birthday. So are you going out then tonight?
We're gonna go to downtown Indianapolis to Ocean Air.
Oh,
I don't know if anybody's been to Ocean Air.
Yes, nice check.
Yeah, it is a chain. I don't know what all.
But
cities there.
it's still nice though.
Yeah, but it's very, yeah, it's really kind of high end. It's a real good, for a lot of good fresh seafood. Really
We went
good.
in Sarasota last night. We went to a restaurant. So my sister Susan and his two sons, Tommy and Johnny. Johnny's married, so I guess there were 6 of us. Johnny downstairs. Tommy works downstairs at a high-end clothing store, and he gets a discount.
it was a good thing too.
It is a good thing because for $500 before the discount. So
That's down on the circle.
I guess I don't.
You know,
it
it
was
was out
dark.
on one of
man.
the the islands out from Sarasota. I'm just not familiar enough with the area. It was a nice area. It was-
Yeah, it's
We
good
couldn't
area.
see, already dark, but
Wait, you mean the restaurant was on one of the keys? Was it Longboat Key?
No, it
no,
wasn't on
it was, I can't.
Bird
Lido
That's
Key.
Fiesta.
Lido, that's it.
Oh, Lido Beach. Okay.
Oh,
It was very close to the beach, but we couldn't see the water.
So you've got nieces or nephews there all around, right around Sarasota?
Yeah.
Lakewood Ranch.
Are you gonna stop there on the way back or
Maybe.
are you gonna stay in Florida now until you go to?
Yeah, we'll
Sure.
stay here and then go back and see Sonsini for a couple more days.
Return
and then-
engagement.
And then go back up to North Carolina, which is where we fly out of, North Carolina.
Well, the next time you get to the Sarasota area, then there's a fabulous restaurant. And I'm pretty sure it is still there and just as good. And it's called Euphemia Hay.
Hmm.
It's on Longboat Key.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Legendary, yeah.
So, okay, now, Dave, have you started this big project yet? The last time you talked to us, man, it sounded like you were gonna get into some, I don't know, you definitely are gonna have to come out of retirement to do that.
No, I started it and stopped it in a 2-week period.
Did you really?
I did.
Seriously?
It was god awful.
It sounded like it.
Yeah, it's a plastic manufacturer trying to interface with Toyota, Honda, BMW, 2 other companies. It's just a mess. So I walked away.
Wow.
oh, smart.
Are they're still gonna go forward with the project, or they're just gonna have someone else do it?
They're gonna try to go live in January. I give
Oh,
the best
God, are you
shot.
serious?
Yeah, the best shot they'll have is August of 2023, if they get things straightened out. It's
Oh
a
my
mess.
God.
Hmm.
BMW is all over their case because they're expecting to go live. But it's just a mess. There's 5 different manufacturing systems they have to interface to.
Can't imagine. My God.
It's 100,000 users total.
Wow.
Were you even able to recommend somebody else to them?
No, I just told them I'm out of here.
I can't imagine
Bye.
anybody would take that
Yeah.
on.
I told them I'm not taking it on. I'm not going to be the project manager on this thing.
Well, when you told us about it last time,
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought,
like
well,
Tom, I went,
keep my
wow.
mouth shut, but
I decided to dissolve my own company. You'll love this because I'm stupid. Started take a equity position in a brand new consulting company. And it's a unique concept. We're going to try to do everything remote. SAP, Oracle, change management, strategy. None of us want to fly. We've got 125 consultants that want to join us. We're using AI, artificial intelligence. We can staff a project in
Oh my God.
just about 8 hours instead of 4 weeks.
Oh my
And, we're just going to concentrate in those 4 areas. We have already got offices set up in Dubai, Boston, and Basel.
oh, really? Basel?
Jiminy Christmas.
And we got a Swiss entrepreneur who gave us $8.1 million to play with. So
Oh,
Fantastic.
yeah, we're going to give it a whirl, see what happens.
Now,
Good
how did
luck
you
to
have all
David.
these-
That's, you jumped right into another project, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm not working. I'm advising.
There you go.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it actually came out of the BMW project because my buddy called me. He was in Switzerland, says, "Hey, I got this guy who wants to invest some money, but I have to go over to Sweden, I think, in a couple of months for a 1-week audit review of an SAP projects." So we'll see how that all goes, but I shouldn't be getting this excited as I'm this old. Just
Well, I don't know. If you don't have to do any of the work and you're just advising and it's not your money.
Nope.
So, and if once in a while it gives you an opportunity to go over to, I mean, has anybody here been to Basel, Switzerland?
No, not at all.
Oh.
Oh, man, that's a great city.
yeah.
It's a great city.
Basically, all I have to do is interview people and put them on projects. So I think that will be
Yeah.
pretty stress-free.
And you have monopoly money to play with. That's super.
Yeah. That's even better.
Now,
Yeah.
did you say that you have to go in about a month? You're going to have to go over to Sweden?
Yes,
Where in Sweden?
Basel.
Wait a minute.
That's
I was in Switzerland.
It's in
Well, Switzerland, you're saying, not Sweden.
Switzerland.
Switzerland, okay.
Switzerland, I'm sorry. I may have said Sweden.
I was thinking, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. All right, well, man, you're gonna have to keep us informed here. This all sounds exciting since, we're all couch potatoes now. We don't do anymore.
Yeah.
Although Harvey's still trying to retire.
Oh, Harvey's working.
Yeah,
Tonight.
Harvey just can't get, just cannot pull the plug.
Can't pull it completely. 40%.
Look who's talking.
How much you say,
Yeah,
40%?
look who's talking.
Yes,
2 days a
right.
week.
I was gonna say, you're not retired either.
Well, I'm down to, with my firm, it's like 10 to 20%, but what really seems like a full-time job is being this president of this stupid HOA here. That thing's like a black hole. So, man.
I tried that for a week.
Yeah.
Too many headaches, too quick.
There's no upside to that.
Yeah, that's right.
Vicky, do you and Sandy have an HOA where you live?
No, and I was just getting ready to speak up. I really wish we did have, because every time I walk the dogs, there are more and more people leaving their trash cans out next to their garage. And, just things like that are just driving me nuts. It just brings the whole neighborhood down. I did recently, I think I might have told you, we don't have streetlights here.
Oh, I didn't notice that when I was out there.
Well, and it's, and
Well,
on
we have them on our
Westminster,
area,
on the Forest
little
Hills
area.
Boulevard, there are no lights. So a couple months ago, after working on this for 9 years with 3 different council people that said we were next in line, but we weren't, I got a hold of the right person at Richmond Power and Light. And he said, all I needed to do is to get 50% of the people in my area to sign and put their address down. And he said, I didn't need a special form. So I got 4 pages of legal form. I forget how many people, but many more than I needed. It's already been to the Board of Works, and I think we're finally, maybe in the spring, finally gonna get streetlights. But it just takes individuals doing that, just because part of it is we just don't have, you know, a neighborhood association.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And Sandy, you're just 1 block away, but you have streetlights.
We do.
They
Now,
stopped
our
out-
area is, I think our house is 15 years old. And Vicky's house is only, how old, Vicky?
Just
3?
turned- No, just turned 10.
Your house is,
Yeah, I've been here 10 years.
oh, that's right. Time flies.
But I've been working on this the whole time and finally got the right guy that's helping me.
And it is so dark over there in her area. It really is.
We've had 2 cars stolen, and at 4 o'clock several nights ago, just across the street, we had 4 cars out there. Another car was, someone woke up and found them starting to steal a car. And as part of it, it's just pitch dark.
Wow.
Hmm.
Although right across the street from us, a car was stolen too. So
Wow. Well, good luck with that. Now, Sandy, how are you doing? Did you end up having your operation?
not yet.
I think
A
you went to,
week-
I think you
A
went
week
to
from Monday.
give your Chewy boxes when she was telling us about it. Tom.
Oh, so you already
yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I did my pre-op thing that you had. I didn't realize there was so much to that. You have to drink protein drinks and Gatorade and all that. I won't be able to even eat. My stomach will be so full. I don't know.
Well, you
You
are
have to
pretty.
go through
yeah.
all that, and then I have a week from Monday on the 14th is when I have my surgery, and I'll be in the 14th and the 15th if all goes
Oh,
well.
gonna keep you. Okay. 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 All right. Okay, hey, back to, so some of you came on late. I don't know, maybe it's just TK and Betsy. And I don't know, did you know Donna Black, Tom,
No,
Kelly Fitzharris?
yeah.
You, Donna. Yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
Steve Van Zandt is going to be on here. Get ready, you guys.
oh my goodness.
Should we cheer?
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
Wow.
I didn't hear the part about Donna, so tell us.
Okay, so I got an email from her. She was responding to the reminder I put out last night that Kelly had passed away,
Oh,
I think
boy.
October 28th.
Mm.
And she said I forget, he had Parkinson's for over 20 years. And then she said that he did go into dementia. I don't know how long he had dementia.
Wow.
Did he pass away recently?
Yes, just a few days ago.
Yeah,
Last of
October 22nd, yeah,
Okay.
something
10
like that.
days ago or so, yeah.
So, oh, now he left us. He probably got. I was
Changed his
surprised
mind.
because,
Took a
I've had-
look and changed his
That
mind.
was enough.
Hey,
Well, I had
There it
phone
is.
calls.
Started talking about people dying, he was out of here, didn't he? I'm gone.
I've had phone calls with him and I've tried to convince him to get on, but he won't do it. He says, nah, he says, that's not my thing. But he says, but I watch all the recordings and I listen to all that music Jimmy Hope sings.
Does
Good job,
anybody,
by the way, Jim, on the Loretta Lynn stuff. That was super.
Yes.
does
Good.
anybody have any updates on like Sunny Haynes or anything?
I have nothing on Sunny at all that I've heard anyway.
No,
I don't think anybody can find it.
I'm hoping
Well, didn't he have a stroke or something?
I don't know that that he really did have. I'm not, everything got so murky
Yeah,
Okay.
that I don't know for sure if it was a stroke or or he
Depression.
just quit eating and I just don't know. And
severe depression is the one thing that I've heard about him wanting to die and all that kind of thing. Tom, you heard that too, right?
yep. Yeah.
Carol reiterated that. Carol McMahon and reiterated that when we chatted about it.
Hmm.
So I was thinking that maybe when the girls get back, if anybody would know anything, it would be Carol and
Yeah.
Jane Harlan.
Yeah.
Carol. So.
What about Elaine Norton? I don't know whether that's her name now, but.
Still here.
I see
Yeah,
her
she's
every-
still here. She working part-time at Kroger's, I think.
Well, I know
Yeah.
she does, but I thought she might know something about something.
Oh, really?
I don't know,
About
because
something?
I talk to her about once a week at Kroger. And we talk about a lot of different things. Well, she's usually trying to help me if I'm trying to check out by myself. I always have a problem and she's got to help me,
Yeah.
but anyway, I think she would have brought it up because we've talked about a variety of things.
Yeah.
She hurt her ankle and is on a cane, and she had it anyway, someone stole it from her the other day, so she had to go.
Are
I
you
guess they have a
kidding
whole
me?
bunch of them that are left behind at Kroger, so she just went behind the counter and got one that had been left there. I can't imagine why somebody would leave a cane if
Goodness.
they needed it, but
So they're stealing cars and they're stealing canes.
yeah, they
Stealing
stole her cane.
canes.
Yeah, it's going to hell in Richmond.
Oh,
And I
Welcome
don't want to
home,
go back
guys.
to Kroger because I don't want to check out I had like 2 weeks worth of groceries and I checked out, and I'm not kidding, to bend over and to get that water out, I hurt my back. And I was
They
so
use-
mad.
You
I
were
was so mad.
Because normally they don't make you get it out of the cart if
Well,
you're not checking yourself out.
they were really busy that day. And I had groceries everywhere. I mean, where are you gonna put them? I had so many. Not enough
Well,
room.
I don't
And
At self-checkout, I've got lots of groceries. I let them do it. It's just if I have
Ah.
food that I will check out that way.
I was really upset because then I had to take them out to the car and load them all in the car and bring them home and then unload them. And I just thought, no, I'm not going
You
there
know
again.
what? Sometimes I think Dwayne does this on purpose.
Yeah.
We have to do everything.
It's gone.
Red
Well, now
Cross
he's
team, Tom.
Now he can't lift.
I mean, every time you turn around, he's done something to himself.
You get on the Red Cross team, right?
Yeah, and so
Limited duty.
it seems like you're always having to wait on him hand and foot.
Now that's probably true.
can he hear you right now? Can he hear you right now?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I love to give him a bunch of grief. So
Uh,
now, Jimmy, did you tell everybody? I can't remember. You and I had talked about it before you did the country stuff.
Yeah.
Did you tell everybody how you ended up doing that and what your thought process was for how you picked all those people and everything? Or did we do that last time?
Well, she had recently died.
Yes.
And so I figured, okay. From what I know of her from, if you want to learn a lot about country music, listen to the country music, what's his name?
Oh, you mean on PBS?
Yeah, PBS. To
Ken Burns.
Tim
Yeah.
Burns.
Ken Burns, yeah.
Yeah. There's quite a bit on there about her, and also Dolly Parton and the significant roles that they played in country music, and also the fact that they sort of went their own direction instead of following, being managed by somebody to do whatever. They decided to manage themselves and basically do what they wanted to do, sing the music they wanted to sing, and got much involved in advocating for women's rights.
Yes.
And so that I thought was the unique part of Loretta Lynn, from her humble beginnings. And then she just, and then the interesting side of her is the fact that she married a guy who's was basically a womanizer, an alcoholic, as it turned out. Wrote a lot of her music based upon her experience with him. So a lot of her songs reflect her feelings at the time or at some point in time. It's like, well, the quote that I heard was, country music is 3 chords and the truth. So,
Okay.
Legendary.
so, that kind of puts it in perspective. But, she began her singing career here in Washington State, almost in Canada.
Yeah.
But up on the the northwest part of Washington in a little town called, wasn't Casper, it was, what's his name? Might have been, Custer? Anyway, it's on the Puget Sound. And at the time, she was having one child after another. So she had like 4 children soon after she got married. And so for something to do, she got a guitar that somebody gave her or whatever, learned how to play it, then started singing. And then her husband figured, well, hey, she's doing okay here. So he got her hooked up with local taverns and whatnot. And she got heard by somebody in Tacoma, Washington, and made her first recording, which I included in the mix. I think it was called, I can't remember now. So anyway, so she went on from there. I mean, and then ended up in Nashville, and about the same time, Dolly Parton, who was younger, Dolly's our age, basically. And I just saw that she stopped touring. She's gonna retire from touring.
Yeah.
And just enjoy life. So, and then, but before that, before I even got onto the Loretta Lynn theme, I ran across a YouTube of her and Willie Nelson
Oh my gosh.
singing "Lay Me Down," and that I included in there. And I thought, wow, I mean, they're both in their 80s, or she was in her 90s at the time. And I'm thinking they were kind of looking ahead. I don't know who wrote that. I don't know who wrote that music, but it could have been her. But Willie, he's in his late 80s. So he's going to soon be associated with that song too. So.
Does anyone, the first time I saw Willie Nelson, he was on the Mike Douglas show that used to be on years ago. And anyway, he started out in a suit and was very clean cut. And I don't think that worked for him. And I think that's why he looks so scruffy now. I think he created an image that really he did not start out with. He used to be very clean cut and in a suit.
Yeah,
He was, Porter Wagner, that Porter Wagner show had Dolly and Willie.
Yeah.
And Willie at that time was very clean cut. And, he was not the rebel that he turned out to be.
Here's another great story. There's some great stories, Jim, about him not being able to make a living in Nashville, so he moved to Texas.
Yeah.
There's some, and it just that his music was not well received by the country music people because it was the 3 chords and the truth, number one. And then a lot of it was about cowboys and, Western stuff and all that. And But
Interesting.
Gosh knows it worked out well for him.
You know, I'm not a country, I don't really care for country music, but Willie Nelson put out CD ages ago, and I think it was Frank Sinatra music. It's a heck of, he has a wonderful voice.
Could have
You know,
well
he
been a
could do anything.
classic.
Yeah, it was, he, the whole thing was classics and it was beautiful.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, Dolly Parton did Stairway to Heaven, believe it or not.
Oh,
Yeah,
my gosh.
She's got, it actually turned out pretty well. But
There's
it was
another-
kind of a, you know, I've almost put it out there for you guys, but I thought, maybe not. So anyway, so I'm going to start specializing, I think, in groups that have been, or singers that we have been exposed to over our time together.
Yeah,
So you'll see some single group or single singer type of playlists.
Okay, cool.
hopefully Motown will be represented, Jim.
Could be.
I'm guessing there'll be a few.
Yeah, there'll be a few.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, so Becky, give us an update on what's been happening. What's exciting has been going on out there in Texas?
Well, if you see the shed behind me, it was 2 weeks ago a rotten sided brown shed. And my son and a friend of my older son sided it for me.
Oh, good.
Put
It looks
windows in. It's a barn shaped shed that Tom just had to have all the space he could have. And it's full of junk, but at least the outside is so that when I go in, I don't see a pair of beady eyes staring at me. 'Cause I went in there one day and my father had built some brackets to put wood on. And I was going up to the loft. I turned around to talk to my son and there was these eyes and a little black nose. I said, no, this isn't gonna hack it. So
It looks
they've
really
been
nice.
hard at work and just waiting on doors.
Okay,
Now finished.
yeah, it looks, I mean, to me, it almost looks like a house.
Was a house.
Nice.
Like a little
Not the inside.
Oh, okay.
It's true.
So the little beady eyes and the black nose, was that a raccoon?
Mhm.
How did you get it out? Just chewing?
Well, we found where he was coming in, so we boarded that up. And then left the door open like about at dusk.
Yeah,
When we did that, then I went back out about 10 o'clock and got him out. So but I said, I'm not a fan of this stuff.
no, you don't want raccoons.
We not only had raccoons, we probably had possums. I know we have possums around here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised squirrels weren't in there, but. And
Oh,
needless to
yeah,
say-
all those squirrels that well, no, they were hanging out in your truck.
Yeah, that's true. They were in the truck, but then, and possums and stuff like that. And I said, no, and rats.
Worms.
I don't like that. So we got, they're barred from getting in there now. But
Okay.
that's about the biggest exciting thing we've had around here. So,
Sometimes that's good.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, don't have to worry about other things. So just worry about these. Of course, the darn redo on it is going to cost more than the whole shed did to begin with.
Oh, my, yeah, of course. Yeah.
We were going to do it. We started out the week before our winter storm of 21, my birthday. And they, guy came out and he said, yeah, we'll do it. Well, then of course, the storm came and then he lost his coworker. And then lumber prices went up. And so it's just been putting off. And I finally said, no, I'm going to bite the bullet and take care of it.
Get it done. Yeah.
Get it done. Get it done before winter comes again. And then maybe I can get some of my son's stuff out of the house and out there.
Yeah, there you go.
I want some room in my house.
So since you were talking about, having to spend money on renovations and stuff, so we just got a real big kick in the butt. And I don't know how many of you know, but we had a fire in our garage attic back in, was it 2015? And make a long story short, we ended up that the subcontractor who redid the furnace and the air conditioning, put in new air conditioners, new furnaces, the ductwork and all, he turned out to be a crook.
Oops.
And like supposedly all the duct work that he replaced and everything else up in our main part of our house in the attic, as well as over in the garage, the entire house. That supposedly he put all new stuff in and everything else, hooked it up right. Well, turns out that he didn't do any of that. They didn't do any of that. That they just left the old stuff in there. It was all beat up.
Really?
They hooked it up in the wrong way.
Wow.
And so
Nightmare.
we've gotten all that, had caught all that and gotten all that worked out. But we assumed that the furnaces were fine. Well, about 2 weeks ago, one of the furnaces crashed, and it's 15. So what's that, 7 years old? So is it supposed to have a 10-year warranty? So we had our company that we've used ever since we've lived in this house, ever since we built it, come out, and they were trying to figure out what was wrong, and definitely that we were going to have to replace the furnace. I forget what was it went bad.
Well, the cost to replace the part that was bad was almost the price of the furnace.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they said, but it should be under warranty. Well, when they checked, it had never been registered. Neither, they have two furnaces. So
Oh
those
my
furnaces
God,
that
John.
these crooks put in, they didn't register them, so they weren't under warranty.
Oh,
My God.
So
Nightmare.
we're paying for a new furnace, and everything else. And but luckily, the kind of company that we've had, it's always done our stuff. Unfortunately, the insurance company wouldn't let us use them at the time. Once they got that new furnace in, it still wasn't reading right. And so then when they went in and checked the ductwork, these same crooks had taken out one of our return airs.
Oh, no.
Even at Christmas.
Jeez.
And it needed another return air. So it took them 3 times to, first come out, figure out what was wrong, and then come in and then put that back in. So now we're okay. But
Oh, okay.
now we're another, 8,000
Yeah.
lighter.
Oh,
So,
The other big thing they did was they hooked something up in the crawl space, but they didn't put the pipes together.
Oh,
So the crawl space was flooded and full of mold.
yeah, and we didn't know it was leaking water all those years and it had no idea. But that was
Yeah.
several years ago. But
Yeah, that
anyway,
was
well, that would not be good for Jane Ann either.
oh
No,
no.
All of her, oh, no.
So
Hmm.
but a lot of those things don't last as long as they used to. I had to replace a 7-year-old water heater, and it was under warranty and so forth. No, it was 1 month out of warranty. They they don't warrant them. They said, you're lucky if you make it for 10 years on water heaters anymore.
Yes.
And used to, you could have those darn things for like 20 years and they'd be fine.
Yeah.
I think I put my last one in 2000. 2000.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
You're
2000 when I put that
Oh,
one
wow.
in.
well, that's because you're in Texas.
Yeah. You only need cold water in Texas.
Texas.
You use
Everything.
water in Texas.
Everything in Texas is bigger and better.
Yeah.
Richmond has very, a lot of lime and all sorts of things. I have a water conditioner, but it's still, it's still hard on things like that.
Yeah.
You know what, Vicki? We have a charcoal filter on all of our water that comes in the house. I don't know whether you know about those or not, but
Yeah,
that thing's great. It just takes everything out of the water.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Wow.
So
'Cause our water's horrible.
TK and Betsy, so you've got your apartment were you able to see it online? So you actually got to see it? Did they have it like where you could, look at every room, or you just said sight unseen, we're just happy we've got an apartment?
Well, both. I mean, we saw it online. It's a small place, like 700 square feet, equivalent of 700 square feet. We wanted our son to go look at it first to make sure, it is looked, but it was in a new building and so on and so on. But before we could get him to do that, somebody else decided they wanted to rent it sight unseen. So our contact, there's sort of an agent that handles these kinds of, she said,
Mr. Lana.
Mr. Lodge said, and she said, if you want this, you better put your name in. So we did, sight unseen.
Even though we,
And
Won't be there the
then we had
first
to
time.
wait because then the landlady had to decide which one of us she wanted to rent to.
Oh,
Oh,
so we
So-
agreed.
Oh my God, Betsy, you didn't let her see Tom, did you?
We did have to take a parking space for $100 a month, even though we don't have a car, but that, anyway.
But
And we had to take it on November 1st, but we haven't seen another apartment since then that would fit our needs in the space we want. So we're really glad to have done it. And Andrew got the keys like to November 1st, and he sent us all like live pictures of it. And it is what it said it was. So that's
well, good. Good.
So you're not thinking of getting a car while you're over there?
so we might rent a car for a weekend and go
yeah,
somewhere,
that's possible.
something like that.
Okay,
It's winter, man.
Yeah, it's winter.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Are you,
You're 700 feet. It'll make your California place look huge.
That's true. That's the,
Yeah.
so, where is it located in right down in the city?
well, it's just up the S-Bahn or the tram from the main
Yeah,
train
how-
station. So it's real
Okay, so close, so you're gonna have.
neighborhood around the, the train station and this, and the old town. And so it's within, I guess you could walk, but it's basically within tram stop.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why.
That's real,
Okay.
real. And 5-minute, 10-minute walk to where Andrew and Hannah live. So
oh, great,
Good.
great.
that was,
Yeah, you get on a tram in front of Andrew and Hannah's place, and in about 7 or 8 minutes, you can be at the Augustiner Beer Garden.
All right.
Okay,
And they have a big restaurant there as well with 25 high ceiling, blah, blah, blah.
I think the first time we ever saw like a big tanker truck full of nothing but beer
Yeah.
was when we were at a beer garden
Yeah.
in München in Munich. It was like,
We're going, why are
Dang.
they bringing a big gas tanker in here?
this big old tanker comes in, they got that big old, they're running it into the place. I'm thinking, wow. Okay,
Okay, I gotta fill up the beer tabs.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of beer consumed. Oktoberfest, we won't be there for, because I think we'll be back here by then,
next,
but
it's already passed.
it wouldn't be that far from Oktoberfest either.
yeah,
It's, we're on one side of the Hauptbahnhof, and there is this train station, and they're on the other where the grounds are for Oktoberfest. But I'm
okay.
sure some of these years will,
So how many times have you been there before? I mean, if you've already been there enough where you've already done all the sightseeing, you've been to all the palaces and all that
Yeah.
kind
A lot of it. Yeah, I'm sure there are things we haven't done. But,
first time was 84, I think.
I was there in 1970 as
Oh.
a student.
of, okay. Okay,
Yeah, there's
I
plenty
got
to
a
do.
story about Munich.
Okay.
Um, Carol and I took our sons to Italy in, I don't know how many years ago this was, but our oldest was like 17. And he was not having much of us touring around and whatnot. He was wanting to be more adventurous. And one thing he did was he convinced us to let him take the rental car into the local little Italian town.
Oh my gosh.
And we were staying on what would it be? a farm, basically his farmstead.
Mhm, mhm.
And so these roads were dirt roads. So he goes off. And they were working the fields at night. That's the thing we didn't know.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So there were lots of farm equipment on the roads at night.
Mm.
And so he was coming back from the little town and evidently came face to face with one of these farm tractors and ended up running off the road. I mean, not far off the road, but far enough to high center it. So he comes up the hill to where we were. And we went down there. It was like 2:00 in the morning. I mean, it was not early. And so we finally figured out, okay, we're going to have this thing towed. So we had it towed. And he still, I mean, this sense of adventure and boredom with being with the family kept going to the point where we were saying, God, he's going to ruin our whole trip because he's just constantly complaining. Well, he had gone to Munich or to Germany with his German class when he was in high school. When he was still in high school. And so he said, he came up with the idea, I want to go to Munich. And we said, we don't know if we really want you to do that. And, he's just continued to complain and complain. So finally, after some time, we said, okay, you can go up there, but it's got to be for, I think we gave him 2 days. And we were outside of Siena. Siena was the closest train station. So we got him a ticket on the train and he tried to convince us, hey, why don't you just give me my airfare, my airline tickets to go, and then I'll just, get to the airport. And I said, no, we're not going to do that. So we finally arranged to have him meet us at the Duomo in Florence. We were moving on to Florence.
Okay.
And so we let him go for 2 days. And we were wondering, okay, we had a specified time to meet him. And this was before cell phones. I mean, there was no way.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no way we're going to know where the heck he was. So on the appointed day at the appointed time, I walked down to the Duomo in Florence, thinking, oh God, what if he's not there? What the hell are we going to do?
Yeah.
So he was there. He
Oh,
showed up.
you're kidding. Oh my God.
He showed up. And then we asked him about his experience in Munich. Because he went there just, no arrangements. He was just going to hang out, drink beer, whatever. So found out that he had found a room in a hotel somewhere. And it turns out that the only room they had left was in a broom closet. So he had to stay in the broom closet. That probably shortened his wanting to be in Munich. So, from then on, it was, he was happier, but still, it made us wonder, okay, now, the next thing he does, our final stay in Italy was at a place outside of big cities. We decided to go out into, the outskirts instead of being in Rome and Florence and whatnot. So we booked a hotel and we thought, okay, they're going to have a swimming pool, so that'll be an abstract or a distraction for both Ian and our younger boy. So we get to this place and we look at where the pool is, and there's all this algae and
Oh God.
it must have been early spring or something, and they just hadn't done anything to get the pool ready. So that wasn't gonna happen. But we found a place, we had an Irish bar.
Oh, boy.
Mm.
So
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. I want a copy.
my
Thank you.
boy, my oldest said, okay, let's go to the Irish bar. So he and I and the younger boy, Nathan, we go to the Irish bar. And of course, he's, what we were drinking, I don't know. I think it was Jägermeister or something equivalent to Jägermeister. So he convinces me to allow my younger boy to try one of these Jägermeisters. Of course,
And he's what, 16? No, 15?
Nathan is 3 years younger,
Oh,
so
my gosh.
So he'd have been
he's
4.
now 14. So we're there. And after about one or two of those, it was like, okay, this has gotta stop. So we finally got him out of there. And, so that was my story about Munich and beyond.
Wow.
So don't take any kid that is in their
Okay.
Teens. probably.
teens
Yeah, yeah.
on a family trip to Europe.
Mhm. Did he give you any of the highlights of the 2 days that he was on his own in Munich?
He basically sounded like he went to beer garden,
Yeah.
and he didn't give us much details.
Uh,
I don't think he did not have the time thought he was going to have,
yeah.
but he made sure it became a memory for us.
Yeah. So, Dave, in all of your travels, have you been to Munich?
Yeah, several times.
Okay. What's memorable to you about Munich?
Beer,
Beer?
yeah.
Yeah.
All of Germany, that's where I really fell in love with beer. I couldn't get enough of it. I
I've been
looked
to,
forward every day. I could hardly wait till lunchtime.
Yeah, been to Heidelberg, Worms, Munich, Frankfurt,
Yeah.
all with SAP basically.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They took me into a bike ride where we would stop at every local brewery. And after 45 miles, I said, you better call a cab because I can't make it back.
No.
Yeah, there's just nothing like it over there. And do they still not require the sulfites or whatever? Because it's so different. It's so smooth.
Yeah.
It's not bitter or bitey at all. I mean, it's not the same.
It goes down easy.
Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. I thought, well, man, if beer tasted like this over in the United States, I'd like it.
Yeah.
Man. So,
I think that's what TK is gonna be doing for months.
yeah. Are you a beer drinker, TK?
Yeah, I drink beer, especially when we go to Germany.
Yeah.
I mean, people do order glasses of wine or have some Jägermeister, but yeah, beer's number one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I never have been able to just really fall in love much with German wine.
No.
And I'm not even that partial. I'm basically French wine's what I like. Italian's okay, but yeah. But okay. Well, you guys were closing in on 4:20. Next call is December the 3rd. Hopefully we'll have everybody back.
December 3rd.
Now, are you guys, let's see, December the 3rd, and you go on the 14th, you say?
6th.
Six.
6th.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So wait a minute. Let me get this down. So December the 6th. TK, let's see,
Yeah.
to Munich. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, will you be able to get on the next call? Do you want to commit to that or not? Because we're going to be anxious to know if you're packed. What are the plans?
You mean
Has
the
the baby arrived?
The baby.
You mean on December?
December
3rd?
3rd call? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
I think so. I don't know why not.
Now, do you think that you could get on a call while you're there for how many months you're going to be there?
If it's on, well, let's see, if you're at 3 o'clock,
It's
it's on.
time difference.
Could be 9, is it 6
9
hours?
hours.
But here's the thing. We could probably adjust a little bit for you guys
If they want to do.
if
that.
you were willing. So you think about it,
All right.
and then I'll be in touch with you. By
Yeah, I don't
email.
need to.
Probably, I mean, it wouldn't be a whole lot difference. It was 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 10 o'clock anyway. So I think 3 o'clock in the afternoon is good for everybody. It's probably okay.
Mhm,
It's
got
good-
the
It's
thing
gonna be dark over there either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
Okay. Well, it's almost like we feel like we're going to have a grandchild.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting
I
excited.
heard about this.
I mean, we're getting excited. Now, refresh my memory. Do they know, is it a boy or a girl? Do they know this or they're not telling?
Girl,
An
Is it-
unnamed girl. Mhm.
And they've already picked a name.
we don't know.
We don't know.
Name
Unnamed.
is a question. Okay. And it's due on December the 20th,
Yes.
due 12/20. Okay. Okay.
We
Well,
haven't suggested any names to them, although I went online a couple days ago and looked at German female names. We ruled out Brunhilde. No, there's some cool names, but we haven't asked them. It's whatever they want to do. Andrew, when he was born, I think it was different for women in hospital in those days. I think it was 4 or 5 days after his birth, we didn't have a name for him.
Yeah.
Then they threatened us.
They said, this poor baby Kinder doesn't have a name.
it's called No Name Kinder.
Yeah.
No,
No
I
Name Kinder. Okay.
There's always Heidi.
I mean, yeah.
There you go.
I actually,
We know a Haida.
we know a Haida,
Haida.
Heide, Haida,
It says Haida.
Haida. Mhm, yeah.
and her mom's name is Helga.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, so that's,
But she's from Germany originally.
and she is originally from
She's a
Germany.
German.
Yeah, so, well, okay.
You
so
know,
then-
December 3rd is a special day, Tom.
Oh, yes. So, okay. The way that you remember Jimmy Hope's birthday is
Oh.
it's
Okay.
one,
Happy birthday, Jim.
yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's December 1, 2,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
3rd, 3,
Should be a
19.
national holiday.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So on Jimmy Hope's birthday, we will be on, and we will count on TK and Betsy being on there. And Betsy, are you going to take any kind of reading material with you at all?
Oh, yeah.
What are you taking? Anything about the Beatles?
Probably, well, I could get that on my phone. I have some just novels that I.
Oh, okay, okay.
But otherwise, I probably would not take a whole bunch of books.
Mm,
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I thought about maybe I should finally send her that double volume set of Paul McCartney, but then I thought, my gosh, I'm not going to want to carry that on a plane.
Yeah, that's probably-
So that saved me for now. You're
Yeah.
eventually going to get it. All right, you guys, we'll see you in a month.
All right, thanks, Tom. See you.
Everybody,
Bye.
Stay safe.
Everybody stay safe.
okay.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Good luck, Sandy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. See you, Becky.
Bye.
Enjoy that weather.
I am.
Okay. I'll see you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Bye, Tommy and Jimmy.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.
You guys looking good out there in Florida. You're looking
Oh,
good.
yeah. It's hot. It's
Almost 90.
hotter
That's
than
what
we.
I heard. I heard that it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully that'll be us too.
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah. Good luck, Jim. Jim, when are you supposed to leave?
Monday.
Monday. Good luck. Because yeah, I knew that storm was coming in. It sounded bad.
Yeah, it sounds 10 inches of snow.
Hope you can make it.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking about for the, my first music thing is the Animals. Eric Burton.
Okay, okay, good.
I don't know if you've ever listened to his stuff beyond,
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
yeah, he was good.
yeah, I know. Yeah, in fact, what the heck? Maybe I was listening to something on XM, Sirius XM,
Yeah,
and they were doing something and talking about him. He
yeah.
played some of his other stuff. Okay, that'd be a good idea. Good idea. Well, we
Yeah.
better quit because this is being recorded now. You're gonna spill the beans.
Okay, I'm going to that. Yeah, you could cut this out.
No, hey, you never thought about leaving early to get over there to try to miss
No,
it?
because we got our dog and cat. And so it's not like we got much flexibility.
Okay,
So we had to find a B&B that allows the dog and cat for a night.
okay. Tell Carol hi.
I will.
Sandy, are you still there? She's still there, but I don't think she knows she's still there. All right, I'll see you.
Okay, bye.
Yep, bye. Stay in touch. Let me know when you get there.